Good evening and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Victory Fuel Cup Series here on Full Throttle Television. Tonight we are in Charlotte. We are in Concord, North Carolina for the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Charlotte 250 here on Full Throttle Television. My name is Brady Hanna. Beside me in the booth tonight, Tony Solari. And Tony, we are at the Grand Oval here in Charlotte. Not doing the road course stuff tonight, the Oval, and that should put on a pretty good show for us and everybody watching out tonight here on Full Throttle Television.
Well, if we have anything like what we had on Wednesday night in the Truck Series, yeah, it's going to be a great show tonight. And I'm not a huge fan of the Roval, even though I do enjoy running the road courses. But yeah, the Oval is just, it needs to stay, and hopefully they'll just eventually get rid of the Roval.
I'll tell you what's going to be fun to look at tonight. There's a couple storylines. Of course, the main storyline coming to tonight is the playoff battle. The playoff, this is the cutoff for the round of 12. We'll see who can get that done tonight. But also, this whole track combo throws a little monkey wrench into everything for the guys. There are no official races in iRacing on the Oval this week. They're all at the road course. We're at the Oval. On top of that, it's during the daytime. I can't tell you the last time we raced during the day on the Charlotte Oval. And all those things tonight, along with the playoff pressure, is really going to put these guys on point tonight.
Well, yeah, they got to fend for themselves. They got to dig into the archives and dig up some of the old setups. I mean, yeah, we ran here early spring, I want to say. And, yeah, again, it was a night track. So they have a little bit of a baseline to go off of, and it kind of makes it interesting for these guys because really, you don't get to lean on these setup shops like they normally do week in, week out, and being a playoff race as well, or at the end of the next round of playoff race, I should say, it's going to make it, So some guys are probably a little bit more nervous than the others out there, but everybody looked pretty good during practice.
Yeah, they're going to be sweating, and it's not just because it's the day race out there in Charlotte. It's a cutoff race as well. You look at the schedule here. Charlotte, of course, tonight. We'll get to the playoff battle in a minute, but we've got Charlotte tonight for the cutoff, and then the round of 8 starts with Las Vegas. Then you got Talladega and Martinsville. What a combination of tracks that is. You got a mile and a half, and you really want to stake your claim there because you never know what's going to happen at a super speedway or a short track. And then we claim a champion. We crowned a champion at Phoenix in 5 races time. So this is the schedule we're looking at here. But let's look at the playoff points. This is the main talking point tonight. And boy, is it close right around the cutoff line. You got Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. 1 point in, Jeff Chandler 1 point out. But all those guys around those guys are looking for a chance to pounce here in this last playoff race.
Yeah, it's always that tight battle for these next rounds. So yeah, these guys are they're gonna have to fight for everything they can fight for tonight and get as many points as they can. Stage points are going to be very important as well. So there's quite a bit of quite a bit on the line. And I'm not looking at a huge field tonight too. I think we barely have like 20 cars in here as well. So there's not going to be a huge point spread. They're going to really have to get it done tonight if they want to work their way in.
Yeah, of course, this guy's closest is Chandler and Fitzpatrick there, but you got Evans, Grassi, and Hodge looking to get in, and you got William Lark and Kevin Ruff trying to stay in. Should be a lot of fun to watch that tonight. Then you look at the actual points for C season. You got Nick Alford leading the points here over Daniel Simmons. Pretty sizable lead to second. But these guys trying to stake their claim in the C-Season championship as well.
Well, yeah, Nick's been getting it done pretty much all year. And, he's still up there for Season C. Somebody might be out there. They got 5 more races to maybe try to knock him off that perch there. And, a couple wins might be the ticket, especially, too, if you're fighting for these points or fighting for your win to get in for the next round. One of these guys can maybe dethrone him in both areas.
Well, yeah, you know, it's funny. It's going to be interesting for him to kind of battle for both because you want to be a little conservative. If you're in the C-Season championship lead, you got a nice lead there. But in the playoffs, when things reset, you got to be a little nervous and got to be on the attack. So we'll see what approach he takes there trying to guard both of those. One guy has nothing to worry about tonight. And I would put Nick Alford in that battle, in that conversation as well as Brandon Fetterplace, as long as nothing disastrous happens. But Richie Coy, with that win, advances to the next round. Tonight's just all about collecting those ever so important playoff and regular season or stage points to try to gain some sort of an advantage when you start the next round.
Well, yeah, I know we're going to Vegas next week, but yeah, Richie's definitely playing with house money tonight. He could pretty much give it what he can give it, and if it doesn't turn out too good for him, he don't have to really worry about it too much with that win that he already had. But I can see if he's getting up there in front again, he's going to try and get that win again. He might try to go for another one.
You guys watching tonight? Of course, unfortunately, we don't have a diagram for the track, but of course, it's the dogleg front and typical mile and a half track here. Race length is 167 laps. Your stage is going to be a lap 70 tonight, so there will be a pit stop required in that first stage. It's going to be fun to kind of see how those guys play that out. If we don't get a caution, you'll see green flag pit stops. If we do get a caution, chances are the guys are going to take that advantage and go ahead and hit pit road. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see if these guys can sweat it out here tonight. During the day at Charlotte Motor Speedway, should be a lot of fun. Again, Tony, we talk about how unique this is. We used to, years back, come to Charlotte the second time of the year and run a day race, what I knew as the UAWGM Quality 500. but we haven't done that in a while. But now here we are back again, bringing that tradition back and putting these guys in the spotlight. We'll see who can shine.
Well, I like them being out here. So, and especially in the day, it kind of takes it back to the roots. And yeah, I like the fact that they're going to have to, make it work with whatever they could come up with this week as far as setups go. So, but I think they're gridding up right now.
They are hitting the grid. Qualifying is over. We're going to jump down to our starting lineup for the Charlotte 250 here in the Victory Fuel Cup Series. On pole tonight for the Charlotte 250 is newcomer, the 57, Jonathan Atkins, gets it done, takes the pole. On the front row beside him is going to be the 98. That's your points leader, Nick Alford, in the C-Season points. A Ford and Toyota front row. Starting P3, that's the number 99. That is Kevin Ruff taking up the third position. On his outside is going to be the 09. That is JC Evans. Starting P5, the one guy in the playoffs that doesn't have anything to worry about, the 19 of Richie Coy. Starting in fifth position, right beside him is the 34. That is Brandon Fetterplace. Bob Fitzpatrick on that cutoff line will roll off the grid at P7 in that number 3 Ford. And on the outside of him is a number 33. That's all threes. That's the 8th position, the 33 of Ben Tracy. 9th place is going to go to the 03 of Brian Dixon, who'll start P9. And on the outside of him is the 53 of Alexander Hodge, looking to work himself into the playoffs. The 11th spot's going to go to the 06 of Daniel Simmons. And to his outside is the 48. That is teammate Jamie Knopf. Starting 13th spot, that is Brian Messer. And the number 51 and 14th is going to be Mason Hoffner. Starting P15, the 31, that's Jeff Chandler. And 16th spot is going to go to the 81 of EJ Luna.
All right. Then we have starting 17th, we have Lane Allen. Starting 18th, we have Kermit Henney. 19th, we have TJ Bartell. 20th is Wayne Grassi. 21st is James Torrey. And then we have Michael Blackner 22nd, but I don't believe Michael Blackner is even here tonight. And then you might see my name up there. That's because I did another bonehead move, and I'm not racing tonight. I'm in the booth, so ignore my name there.
And we got, looks like our pole sitter, Jonathan Atkins, having issues.
Connection issues.
Or starting from the pit, something going on there.
He was dropped, and then he did return. So I don't know if maybe they wouldn't let him start on the pole. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah,
he's going to start for the pits here, so he'll be in the pits along with another guy, Kevin Ruff, taking a penalty from last week, starting from pit road this week. So they're going to be hoping for a quick caution to get back into this thing.
Yeah, and penalties too. We had 3 drivers go to the back of the field. Brian Dixon, Mason Hoffner, and then Jeff Chandler all had from penalties last week. So they were starting in the rear of the field. So who are we betting on this week?
I'm going to go with a KG veteran. I'm going to say the 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick.
All right. You know what? I think I'm going to go with Brandon Fetterplace this week. I think he might be able to get it done. We haven't seen him up front in a while.
All right. We'll see if they can get it done here tonight. The pace car peels off. Richie Coy rolls up to the point tonight after Atkins having issues. Green flag is out, and we are racing once again as Nick Alford's connection. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, he's been the no net Nick again. Yeah, right on the initial restart. Not good. Although he was, yeah, man, that's so weird.
Richie Coy out to a sizable lead now. Nick Alford in second. He settles in behind Richie Coy and Fitzpatrick in third. Watching the here sometimes gone, sometimes 98.
Yeah, I know. I almost thought, Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. was running second there because Nick was gone for so long. It's just, but yeah, Richie's got a hell of a lead already. 4/10 on second place, and everybody looks pretty single filed out going through the field here.
Yeah, talking to some of the drivers before this race, they were a little concerned about the way the car handles early on in this race. Of course, a lot of these guys not having a lot of laps here during the day. One thing, and this week also being the Roval, that they're not getting much time on the oval, so everybody's learning as they go here, and just willing to learn a little early on here, as this is a 167 lap race, 250 miles, still plenty of time to go.
Well, this is so true to form, though, with real NASCAR, because, the real guys don't get a lot of practice much either. So,
that's true.
You got to make your practice when you can. You got to work on your setup when you can. And I don't know, it kind of puts a little hair on your chest, trying to get out there, especially when you don't have the setup for it. But we'll see. I mean, like I say, so far so good. Everybody's looking pretty good. They're all spread out as far as that goes. But they've got 70 laps, though, until the stage happens. And they're probably going to have to pit before just to make enough fuel. So I see tires. I heard tires from one of the guys earlier before the broadcast. Tires are going to be a key, as always, as that clean air.
Yeah, clean air definitely keying around the track. As you see Nick Alford, though, starting to inch in on our leader, Richie Coy. I don't know how he's drafting if he's not there.
I know. I just went to go click on him, and he wasn't even there. But you're right. He is starting to gain on Richie a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty wild. And he is. I'm just amazed that he's even able to keep connection. But if you look at the lead that the two of them have over Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. right now, I mean, the two of them are hooked up. They're completely pulling away from third right now. They got about an 8-10 second lead over third. Or actually, they're over a second right now.
Right on board with the three of Fitzpatrick, looking up at those guys. Yeah, they're starting to inch out, but I'm telling you, we see this week in, week out, this three car, he'll be a little slow in the starts, taking care of those tires, but he shows up at the end of these runs.
Well, including the guy behind him, Daniel Simmons, and, Jamie Knuff as well. Then you got the TJ Bartell and, Jeff Chandler. He was starting in the back, but he usually starts in the back, so it's not too much of a deficit for him. But we're going to see all these guys slowly migrate to the front of this field, I bet.
We got a battle for third. Daniel Simmons goes around the three of Fitzpatrick, who had a moment off turn 4 there, I think. And that's going to open the door for J.C. Evans as well, trying to get by on the inside of the three. The 09 there, trying to make a pass.
Yeah, I had to go back to go look at the three, and I almost wanted to tap the exit of turn 4 there. Just a little bit. Tap that wall, just a hair. Oh, no, he did. He got a little loose. Did not tap the wall, though, but he got a little loose getting on the gas coming out of 4.
These guys still racing it out back here. Evans and Fetterplace now side by side.
Well, you're going to see some of these guys, too. I mean, we're only 8 laps into this, and, tire wear is not really critical at this point, but another 10 laps or so, it's going to see. But, man, you look at the gaggle that's behind Brandon Fetterplace right now, and there is just there is a lot of cars back there, all kind of just vying for positions. Unfortunately, J.C. Evans looks like he's just going backwards. And I don't know if this car is really just not working on the outside line there, but he desperately looks like he wants to get low again.
Right here, you got Ben Tracy diving to the bottom. Can't quite fill that gap. It's going to slide up the track a little bit behind him. But yeah, Evans and Messer now side by side for 6th spot.
Yeah, Ben's just kind of using up all the track. I mean, and kind of relaxing a little bit, especially when you see that 2-car battle going on. But he's on the inside of J.C. Evans right now, trying to. But J.C.'s got a great run on that outside line, as we always see here. or really on every track.
33 got a little loose on exit 2, I believe, too. And just kind of, oh, we see Evans sideways through 1 and 2. He hangs on to it, though. J.C. Evans goes for a slide through 3 and 4. And but he hangs on to it, but loses all that momentum and all those track positions. All those cars start going by him.
It looks like he just clipped the apron, that blue and white line there. And yeah, he did. He lost a lot of spots. Where did he end up? He's ended up 14th right now, behind James Corey, directly in front of Kermit Henny. Although Kermit Henny started to put a little pressure on him now. Going back up front, Richie Coy, though, still has been able to maintain that 4/10 lead over Nick Alford. Daniel Simmons sitting in 3rd right now, but Daniel Simmons is 2 seconds back from our leaders right now. So, man, Richie and Nick, they both got the car dialed in right where they want it to be.
Yeah, Fetter Place able to get around the 3 Fitzpatrick as well, so he moves up to 4th, right behind Daniel Simmons. You got Fitzpatrick back there now being passed by Brian Messer. So Fitzpatrick having some, looks like some handling issues early on, or is this planned? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to give up all these positions there early on, but we'll see if it plays out long run.
Well, we still got quite a bit of ways to go, and they know the green flag stops are going to probably be a thing if you stay green, obviously. So, you know, it might not be a bad play the long game. Maybe run out the clock as long as you can to, run out the fuel mileage, come in for some freshies, maybe a late pit strategy. I'm sure these guys have got something figured out. We don't. We're up in the booth, and we're just guessing like everybody in the audience. Speaking of the audience, we've got Dustin Franklin out there. He's rooting on E.J. Luna. Doyle, as always. Doyle's got a nice new paint job on Jeff's car. It looks great, man. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And then we got Brianna Sprague. She's rooting on Ben Tracy.
Tony, do you remember the Truck Series drivers that drove the number 24 in the Truck Series, the Quaker State car? Remember who that was?
Are we talking real life or are we talking FTSR?
Real life.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't recall.
Jack? His first name was Jack?
Sprague? No?
Sprague.
I don't know.
Sprague.
Sprague? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I was getting around to it, yeah.
I figured I'd screwed it up, so, you know.
I was trying to roundabout not get to like, I was like, yeah, he probably didn't even, yeah, he drove the he drove the 02, I think, at times in the Cup Series.
Yeah, that name kind of sounds familiar.
Sprague.
Sprague, okay. Well, Brianna, if I got your last name wrong, I apologize.
We got a battle shaping up for the lead here. Nick Alford starting to heat up the 19 of Richie Coy. He's right on his back bumper. We're going to have we may have a change for position here pretty soon.
Yeah, he did. He finally did catch up to him right now, and he's kind of running that a lane up in the corners here, so he's trying to get a pretty good run off of Richie. If he can hold connection and keep the draft with him, he might be able to get it done, though. But I'll tell you, with his spotty connection, it's been working out for him. So, yeah, I don't know.
Actually,
looks like he's going to make a move right now on the outside.
Making that outside work. 19 of Corey goes to cover that off. He's going to maintain position, but while all this is going on, they're still 3 seconds ahead of third place, and third place just changed hands. Brandon Fetter Place up to P3, Brian Messer up to P4 as Daniel Simmons slips back to 5th.
Yeah, Brandon Fetter Place has got about a, what am I looking at? About a 5/10 lead over Brian Messer, too. So, yeah, our top 5 right now are completely spread out. And, you know, Daniel Simmons being 5th right now, he's 4.4 seconds off of our leader. And that lead is going to be changing soon, I have a feeling.
I gotta wonder if some of these guys did not practice a long run in the practice, and now it's coming back to bite them. Simmons, he's dropping back a little bit. I tell you what, some of those guys have been on a charge from the back there. Lane Allen up 10 spots from where he started right now.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
yeah, he's 3rd, 17th. Yeah, he's up to 8th right now.
Actually, up to 7th. Right. Yeah, he just got around the 53.
He's working on Ben Tracy now as well. So, yeah, I don't know if the Tracy Motorsports guys have got a piece under him right now, although Jamie cannot.
Battle for the lead, though. The 98 of Alford to the outside of the 19 of Coy, using that top side. Working out pretty well for him. You know as well as I do that Richie's not a fan of that top groove. He's going to give up, though. He's going to give that position to the 98 of Alfred. Alfred to the point now.
Well, again, Richie's playing with house money too. So, but if he's looking at the championship, you definitely don't want to put Nick Alford in front. And it's a little, it's that game you want to play. But the two of them have such a lead over third right now. They can kind of play some games right now.
Lane Allard around Ben Tracy. That is for 6th spot. Lane is on a mission on the bottom. He's about the only car still running that bottom lane, and he's making it work as he's picking off spots left and right here.
Yeah, he was pretty close to passing the 33, and now the 33's got the 53 next to him, and looks like Alexander might be getting around Ben right now.
Hodge looking to the inside of Tracy down the front stretch, battle for 7th.
Able to make that inside line work just like Lane.
It's not able to carry that bottom quite like Lane. Lane's able to stick to the very bottom there. Hodge drift up just a little bit. That's going to leave the door open for the 33 on the outside. So they go to side by side into turn 3.
Yeah, still side by side. Hodge kind of coming up the track a little bit, maybe trying to get a little bit of that momentum from the middle lane. Man, he's got about a fender in front of Ben right now. He's going to get that lap. He's going to have to make it stick here in 1 and 2.
Drives down into 1 and 2.
He's clear. Willie slide job.
Not quite clear. The 30. He's clear now. So he gets that position.
Right in front, you got Lane Allen working on Daniel Simmons right now too. He had a great, like you say, man, he's able to roll that bottom so nice.
He is. He's sticking the bottom really well right now, and that's really paying off for him. Short way around as he goes in the corner. We'll see if he's able to get this position.
You got 2 Ben Tracy teammates being passed. Well, unfortunately, one Ben Tracy teammate, Ben himself, is being passed by his own teammate, Jamie Knopp.
Who he gets a little bump to down the back stretch. A little bump drafting here at Charlotte.
Yeah, the Tracy Motorsports guys, they are definitely hurting. But here's TJ Bartel making a move on Ben Tracy now as well. And it looks like Brian Dixon just follows suit. TJ is one of those guys, if he can stay out of trouble, he knows how to save tire, and he can manage his stuff pretty well.
Still a long way to go in this first stage. 20. Oh, you see Ben Tracy get the wall a little bit off turn 2. That's going to open the door. Brian Dixon with that run down the straightaway.
Well, the one guy I'm kind of looking for is that pink machine, that 31 pink machine. He's still mired in 15th right now. He was able to make up a few spots from his penalty, but he's just kind of hanging back there, not really making waves. I'm sure he's just saving. Although another 10 laps or so, that's going to put you to the middle of this stage if you stay green. So when is the time to go? And, another 10 laps or so, I'd imagine we're going to start seeing some guys coming in for some gas.
The 31 of Jeff Chandler, we're looking at that bright pink paint scheme, easy to pick out on track. We were talking about that. It's going to be easy for us to pick that up.
He's passing the 3 of Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. right now, and unfortunately, Robert is just going backwards.
Wow.
He just got passed by Wayne Grossi now too, and it looks like James Corey might be getting by him.
Boy, I think it was really falling off the cliff. Back to 16th spot.
I mean, from a guy that we know that can save, yeah, he definitely does not have a good handle on that car. Maybe pit stop or 2, he might be able to kind of regain some of that handling.
You know what's interesting, too, is he was one of the guys that was on the cut line. Him and who was the one guy at one point out? Jeff Chandler. And they have switched spots, so Jeff now moves ahead of him by 2 spots right now. Got to be 3 as the 6 gets by. And that's going to be just enough if they finish like that for Jeff to leap over the 3 into the playoffs.
Well, I'm just going to throw this out there. Is there a possibility that they can make it with 70 laps?
Good point.
Do you think there's a possibility that he could be saving that gas?
I hope not, because that wasn't the plan.
I can't imagine. Right, exactly. But you never know. We're not out there, so. I'd imagine these guys would want tires, though, especially, too, from what we've heard about as far as the tire wear goes. But I guess if you would save yourself a pit stop, that wouldn't be a bad thing either.
Here comes Jonathan Atkins battling Ben Tracy. Atkins had to start from pit road, I believe. I believe he started from pit road.
Yeah, he actually he had the pole and he had that issue, got bounced out. Yeah, he started probably dead last pit road.
And now he's up to 11th spot, just got right by the 33 of Tracy. So he's making spots. He had to start from pit road because of connection issues. It wasn't a penalty or anything. He just had some issues early on in the race. But looking at Cabin Ruff back here in 18th, he's not far behind him as well. Had to start from pit road from a penalty from last week, and he is starting to climb his way through the back half of this field.
Yeah, he's been definitely working his way up. There was one person I thought that had that pit road start. Well.
Michael called, but I believe he's in the server.
That's right, yeah, Michael Call is not here, yeah. So yeah, guys moving up. At least the penalties aren't really hurting them. Not as of yet right now. They're slowly working their way up. And again, it's kind of a blessing in disguise too, because it kind of gives you an opportunity to maybe save some of your tire and maybe even save a little bit of gas as well.
Yeah, I just got to wonder about that gas. Is that what the 3's doing, or is he having some handling issues?
The way he's looking out there, I hope for his sake, he is trying to save gas. I hope this is all planned on his end, because yeah, he's definitely not looking like he normally looks week in, week out.
Man, if we don't get a caution,
he would be tearing through the field bot now if he was saving tire. Let me put it that way.
Well, I'm thinking if we do get a caution, he's lost all this track position. It's gonna be hard to come back up to that, even if we do have a caution. I'm not so sure I'd want to. I don't know. I mean, he's betting all his chips on the fact that we're not going to have a caution in this first stage. If he's saving fuel.
Yeah.
If that's what's going on.
And I guess I could look because, unfortunately I logged in thinking I didn't go into the broadcaster mode. I went into driver mode and screwed me up. So let me see if I can actually figure out what a fuel mileage run is.
Meanwhile, teammates Daniel Simmons and Jamie Knopf are battling for sixth spot. Daniel on the high side, Jamie on the bottom. Jamie's going to sneak through here. Here comes the 03 of Brian Dixon on the inside of Daniel Simmons as well, trying to take advantage of that.
All right, so I'm looking here now. I'm actually on pit road. I'm not seeing me in there, but probably don't. Let's see, where's the fuel? Well, it's showing me 104 laps, but that's obviously because I haven't taken a lap. Maybe I'm not going to be a good gauge.
Your lack of practice laps may be affecting that number.
If I was in VR, I might even be tempted to go in there and run a lap or two to see where I'm at, but that might be difficult.
James Torrey hits pit road. So James on pit road, choosing to make this pit stop early on.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's here going in. So he's splitting that stage, splitting that opening round at least. So obviously fuel is definitely going to be a critical issue for some of them. But I don't know. I mean, I was showing 104 laps. There is a good possibility that some of these guys might be able to stretch it.
I hope not.
But you never know, though, too. Because, I mean, in the past, there was fourth gear, fifth gear. I don't know if anybody's
3 wide.
Out there shooting.
Now we're back to 2 wide. But Jonathan Atkins goes around the outside of Daniel Simmons while TJ Bartell is working the inside. Here comes Jeff Chandler in number 31 as well. Jeff trying to get up in this top 10 of points. If he can grab some stage points here, that could be huge for his efforts.
Yeah, and there he goes. Goes by Daniel Simmons right now. We actually had a pass for second. Brandon Federer plays for second right now. And he is actually slowly closing in on Nick Elford. He's only about a half a second back. So Brandon Federer plays is on the move.
That is amazing because they were 3 seconds back at one point.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, big time. Well, even so, I mean, you got Brian Messer, too, who's starting to catch Richie Coy as well. So you had a few guys. And then if you look at who's in 5th place right now, we got Lane Allen. So Lane's got a little bit of a rocket ship, saving his tires and doing what he's got to do out there. I know Lane probably would have rather been at the Roval this week, but he's showing up pretty good out here in Charlotte in the Oval.
Yeah, Lane's on the move right now. We watched some of these guys back here. We definitely see some guys having some handling issues. And it looks like Daniel Simmons is off the pace down the backstretch. Not sure if he might be coming to pit road here. He is. He's going to duck down the pit road. He's going to bring this thing down. So Simmons on pit road. These guys starting to make their pit stops here.
Yeah, and then, I'm looking at sixth place now, too. We're talking about Daniel Simmons and the Ben Tracy team. You got Jamie Knopf right now running sixth. So he was able to kind of rise to the cream of the crop here. It looks like I just heard Richie Coy going in now for fuel.
Yeah, Richie on the pit road as Brian Messer goes by. Yeah, you talk about the tale of two teammates. Jamie Knopf going the right way. Daniel Simmons was going the wrong way there, and Daniel decides to pit there.
Yeah, Ben Tracy right now sitting in 17th. He is in for a pit. Kevin Ruff is also in the pit.
Yep, these guys choosing
we
to
got
make their stops. Here we go. So obviously not everybody can make it. As looks like Nick Alford issues down the backstretch.
Uh-oh.
We stay green, but he I don't know if he spun on the back or what, but he is off the pace.
He got loose right in front of Fetter Place. Did not hit the wall, but man.
Let's go back and look at a replay here coming through 1 and 2.
Did a great job of saving that car.
Yeah, loose, just right there. Looks like Fetter Place got him that magical arrow loose that they don't deal with in real life here in the game. But you're right, he trying his best to save it, stays off the wall, but no caution.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was pointed directly at the wall when he stopped, and that really kind of screwed him up. But yeah, Fetter Place at a point now, and yeah, it could have been that arrow loose. Fetter Place was right there.
Atkins and Hodge both on pit road as they passed the 011 machine sitting on pit road.
Yeah, the 011.
Fetter Place to pit road. Here comes your leaders. Brian Messer to pit road. Lane Allen's going to stay out.
All right. He's going to get himself a point for leading now.
Chandler and Bartell are also on pit road. There's teammates hitting pit road at the same time.
Yeah, slowly bringing Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. up. Now, the question is he going to pit? We're going to have to keep a close eye on him.
Here comes the 14. Lane Allen to pit road along with the 48 of Jamie Knopf as Brian Dixon is going to stay out and assume the lead.
Yeah, and actually, I'm watching the 3 right now. He just got by E.J. Luna. He's working on the 91 now. And I don't know. I think he's been possibly saving a little bit here. Because he doesn't look bad right now. Let's put it that way. So he might have enough gas.
See how this all shakes out. So they come through 3 and 4. Dixon's going to continue to stay out. All those guys in front staying out as well.
Looks like E.J. Luna's in for his stop. Lane Allen on exit. Just kind of going through the field here. Well, Brian Dixon is right now got the point. He has got a 5-second lead over Wayne Grossi second, both who have yet to pit. Followed by Kermit Henney, Robert Fitzpatrick Jr., and Jason Hoffner. And I believe that is it. Everybody, oh no, J.C. Evans has also not pitted. So I think we got about 6 cars that have not actually pitted yet.
Yes.
Richie Coy. Yeah, Richie Coy right now is 1 lap down. And he probably, well, I should say, if everybody does pit, with the exception of maybe Robert Fitzpatrick Jr., Richie should take over the lead once the other 6 pit. But then again, there is 7 guys in front of him, so Robert Fitzpatrick may or may not pit. We don't know yet.
Yeah, he'll cycle to the lead here once we get pit stops, if we get pit stops from some of these guys. And actually, Richie Coy closing in on our leader right now, trying to lap himself.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking too. We've got, right now I'm showing Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. He is between 3 and 4 right now. And Richie Coy is just hitting the start-finish line. So Richie's got about 3/4 of a track to catch if he does want to try and get that lead back. If Robert doesn't pit, and I'm assuming Robert's probably not going to pit. I have that feeling. I mean, he's looking fairly sporty too. He did finally get by Kermit Henny. He's working on Wayne Grassley now too. So his car looks pretty good right now. So I don't think he had handling issues the whole time. He's been shucking and jiving us up here in the booth.
Not, no more pit stops right now as they stand. Richie Coy was able to unlap himself the old-fashioned way. Was able to get around Dixon. Watching his battle with Grassi, Fitzpatrick, Henny, and third the lap car of Jimmy Knopf there trying to get by these guys.
And then Brandon Fetterplace too unlaps himself around Dixon. I got to go back to see exactly when Brandon pitted compared to Richie.
Oh, tight down the front stretch as Atkins trying to get around these guys.
All right, Brandon Fairplace has got 3 laps newer tires than Richie, and he is actually hunting him down. He's catching him big time.
I see that. Both those guys around the leader,
more.
Mason Hoffner, on the pit road. That's one of the guys we were talking about.
Yeah, Richie ran a 13.06, and Brandon Fairplace ran a 29.8 that last lap. So Brandon is definitely on a clipping pace right now. We got a pretty good gaggle going on of cars right now. The 53 getting around the 91 for Kermit Henny. Then you got Lane Allen and then Daniel Simmons both going around almost 3 wide there. Here comes Wayne Grossi. Sorry, getting all tongue twisted tonight.
Wayne Elaine,
yeah, lanes and Waynes and all this stuff.
Well, the grain on the plane loves rain.
Mainly on the plane, yeah.
We have something mainly. It's kind of insane. Yeah.
The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plane.
On the grain in the plane.
Yeah, sure. The grain's got to be traveling off. Let's give this up.
All right.
Here comes. I thought the 91 was coming in.
I did too.
Really slow there.
The way he slowed down there, I thought he was coming in too. Jeff Chandler streaks around the outside and able to come around and get his lap back on him. Boy, it's such a speed difference between these guys.
Oh yeah, big time. And yeah, Brian Dixon's still out there holding that lead. Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. running second right now. And fortunately, yeah, Roberts can't really make some time right now. He's got to let some of these quicker guys with the newer tires get around him. But he's got a 5-second deficit to Brian Dixon. Brian Dixon's kind of like on his own island right now. He is just on the back straight, hanging out by himself, really.
He is. 5-second lead is really nice. Get that pad behind you. Is he going to try to make it here?
I almost wonder, yeah. They've got 15 more laps to get this. If they have 15 more laps of fuel, I mean, yeah, I'd stay out for sure. Brian wasn't really cutting too much of a rug early on. He had an E-well, so he was able to start towards the back of the field as well. So he could have very well have saved some gas himself. All right, yeah, he's got to let the 48 and the 57 by.
Costing a little time to Fitzpatrick, but not too bad. It's under 4.5 seconds now, back to the 3.
Yeah, so that brings us now, we got 8 cars on the lead lap. Everybody else is still trying to get around Brian Dixon to get that lap back. And that's going to be the other thing, too, especially some of these points battles. If some of these guys are able to stay out and make it on fuel, you're going to trap quite a bit of cars a lap down. And that's going to be hard for some of these guys. If you're looking in that catbird seat, like, say, Robert Fitzpatrick Jr., that's going to be so beneficial for you, especially in the points battle here.
Yeah, it will. It'll kind of flip things around here. Although Jeff Chandler right now outside the top 10 and 11th, trying to chase down Alexander Hodge to get that one stage point. But right now with Fitzpatrick running second, it's under 3.5 seconds to Brian Dixon now.
Yeah, and I mean, and Jeff Chandler's actually, he is in range of passing Dixon, so he might be able to get that lap back. But again, a caution comes out, something happens before then. Well, Brian is running slow, so he's letting these guys go by. So it looks like Jeff Chandler will get his lap back. There goes Alexander Hodge. Wow, Alexander cut really close around Brian, and there goes Jeff Chandler. So we got 3 more cars that just made it back on their lap, on lead lap. Lane Allen, Alexander Hodge, and Jeff Chandler. TJ Bartel's trying to look in, and TJ's got a little company behind him as well. Daniel Simmons and Brian Messer, too. So
let's see. The last lap for Bob Fitzpatrick was a 31.19. The last lap for Richie Coy, a 30.27. Almost a second difference. And they are 17 seconds back.
yeah, I was going to say, there's still quite a bit of a deficit behind them. Man, could Bob be the hero if he makes it? I mean, that's a hell of a move, and that's definitely rolling the dice.
Could be
and
big for his playoff points, playoff
making
chances.
Lemon. Yeah, making lemonade out of lemons for sure tonight.
He's making
And even
orange
Brian
juice
Dixon,
out of
too.
lemons.
Yeah, making. But he's actually starting to close into Brian Dixon now. So Robert Fitzpatrick, if he can save the gas and even win the stage on top of it, I mean, that's got to be some perfect execution right there. Very cool. But Brandon Fetterplace gets around Richie Coy now.
Yep, 15 seconds back from this battle. Is Fetterplace taking that position from Coy?
Actually, I guess we didn't mention it, but Kermit Henney, he's also been able to save some gas right now. He's still out there. He's running third.
He is in third, up 15 positions from where he started. It's going to be huge for him as well.
I mean, and nothing else. I mean, I know Kermit's not in playoffs or anything, but he's taken away stage points from guys who are. And, that's, he might be helping out one of his teammates and, obviously hurting some of his competitors as well. So, not bad strategy. I mean, if you can make it work, I mean, I guess I would try to do the same, right?
Here comes Chandler around J.C. Evans. It's going to put him up to ninth. He's going to get a few stage points tonight.
Yeah, he came in a little later than J.C. and Alexander, so definitely he's got a little bit fresher tire than the bunch, and yeah, he's making it work. I mean, being on the cutoff line as well. He's not playing the strategy like Robert is, but he's definitely still doing what he can do out there, and looks like he will be getting some stage caution. And we've got 7 laps to go before we get that stage caution, which will be our first and only caution. Good, interesting racing, good, interesting strategy tonight too as well. So, I appreciate the guys on track right now, making it fun for us to watch. Hopefully you guys are having a lot of fun out there as well.
Yep, Brian Dixon continues to lead over Bob Fitzpatrick. Here comes the 99 of Kevin Ruff around the 03. 1.4 seconds is the gap between first and second.
And actually, it seemed like it grew a little bit too. Brian might have a little bit more leg than Robert right at this moment. But man, could you imagine doing 70 laps in this car on the same tires? I wouldn't want to do it, but yeah, these guys have done it. Almost there. And right now we have 15 guys on the lead lap. Ben Tracy is our next Lucky Dog recipient. Then you got Ben Tracy, James Story, Wayne Grossi, Nick Elford, EJ Luna, and Mason Hoffer. Still 1 lap down. They gotta find that leader in the next few laps here. Oh, somebody's in. Kermit Henney.
J.C. Evans coming back to pit road as well.
Oh, that was J.C. Evans. That wasn't Henney. I'm sorry, the numbers look fairly similar. The paint jobs look slightly similar.
Bob Fitzpatrick starting to close down just a little, 1.2 seconds now. There's your battle. He's in the screen now with the 03 of Dixon. Dixon trying to pick up a stage win here at Charlotte as the lights go out here.
I know. It was like this at the end of practice. Whoa, 3 really got loose or tight coming up the track out of 4. He made a quick lane move there, or a lane change there, and that definitely was not predicted, or definitely not planned, I should say. He was able to hang on to it, but he did lose a little time to Brian.
Yeah, 1.3 seconds. Dixon's still out front. He's going to come around and see 2 to go till the stage.
Yeah,
2
Brandon
laps
Firefly.
of fuel.
Well, and I almost wonder too if J.C. Evans. I mean, he is a lap down now, but I don't know. Would he have wanted to pit before the stage like that? Unless maybe they didn't have enough gas in it.
He might have been
I don't
hanging out
know.
for a caution, hoping for a
Maybe.
caution.
Yeah, he's 2 laps down now. Better place running third. Definitely does not have enough time to get to the lead to at least grab second, but he might be a strong third place. Richie Coy fourth. Kermit Henny might be hanging on for a fifth place at stage point, though.
Here comes Fitzpatrick. He's closed it in under 0.6 of a second. He's right there behind him. 1 lap to go to finish the stage here. Does he have the gas to run him down and try to challenge for this win?
I almost feel like he's going to get it there, too. And I almost wonder if Brian's really just low on gas and he's been trying to save it. He's been letting a lot of guys go.
He's slow. I don't think he's got the gas to fight the 3 here.
Well, and you still got to try to get around 2 pit stalls.
Yeah, I know. And this is going to be the end of the stage. So the 3 Fitzpatrick's going to win the stage. They're making that last lap pass on the 03 of Brian Dixon. Question is, do they have the gas to make it around to the pit stops? We're still waiting for that caution to come out for the stage.
Yeah, unfortunately, the 10th place car, Alexander Hodge, he was 23
right
seconds back.
Yeah, he's right here. And he's going to cross the line and get that final stage point. Jeff Chandler gets 2 points. Alexander Hodge gets that last point for the stage. So an 8-point swing for the battle at the back. As Brian Dixon is actually coming to pit road, he's out of fuel already. So he's going to get a penalty for pitting under. This is, was it worth it? That's going to be the question.
Yeah, Kermit Hennies right now is out of gas as well, he's saying. Now the big question is, does Robert Fitzpatrick have enough to get down to pit road? I just heard over the radio, Robert Fitzpatrick, he's got 3 laps left of gas, he says.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple guys there, like I say, they were out of gas there, and Richie got on the radio and was like, "You're gonna have to tow if you, don't bring out a black flag for anybody." And Robert chimed in, "I still got 3 laps left." So he was shucking and jiving us this whole time. Good on him. That's a hell of a move.
That's a veteran driver right there. He played it right. Guess we're gonna have to look at our stage lengths once again here.
Well, there's always going to be that one guy that's like, hey, I might be able to stretch this, and good on him. I mean, it worked out.
Everybody had that option, and the only driver that really took it, other than the 03, he was stretching it but unable to make it work.
But you can see too. I mean, just the amount of, the fact that you didn't have to pit. He saved a set of tires now as well, and he's still, the guys that did pit, they still couldn't make up the amount of time with the new tires to even catch him.
That's a good point with the tires. He does have an extra set of tires now as well. So
yep,
that's huge.
I mean, yeah. I mean, granted, the way things have been going and looking, we might stay green for the rest of this race. Everybody's been pretty calm and cool and collected out there, and you never know, though, if those extra tires might come in handy. He's got 1 extra set than everybody else. And now he's got a full tank, and he's on equal tire strategy. I think we're going to see the normal Robert now. I'm just going to tell you right now. We're gonna see him maybe laying back a little bit and then driving up to the front here. But what a way to get max stage points, and that definitely hurt Jeff Chandler.
Yeah.
Even though Jeff did get a couple points there.
We thought Jeff was in good shape there. He was passing the 3, and the 3 was falling back, but that was all planned. That was all by design, and unfortunately it's swung. Unfortunately for Jeff, it's swung the direction of the 3, because that is an 8-point swing?
Yeah. Yeah,
and they were 1 point apart, so technically before the end of this race is factored, Fitzpatrick has a 7-point lead right now over the Chandler machine.
Yeah, Jeff's going to have to really hope that something happens bad to the 3, or he's going to have to just get out there and get the elbows up and win this race. That'll lock him in.
That's true. The win doesn't do anything. The win means points, doesn't mean anything. So,
right.
If Fitzpatrick wins or Chandler wins, or any of those guys below the cut line, if they win, both of them are out.
Yeah. Well, Chandler's racked up 8th right now, so he's definitely a lot closer to the front than he was before. So I don't know. I mean, they're going to make it interesting for us. That much I can tell you.
Fitzpatrick reassumes the lead out front. Brandon Fetterplace on the outside row, and we saw Fetterplace is really quick here. But now, I don't think we're going to have fuel mileage to worry about. I think these guys are going to race out and see what their cars have. We're going to really see what that 3 can do. Pace car's going to pull off. We're going to get back racing here. Our first and only caution so far for the stage at lap 70. We're going to go back green flag racing with the 3 of Fitzpatrick. Brandon Fetterplace on the front row. They are into the restart zone. Green flag is out, and we are off and racing once again.
And everybody got a pretty good jump there. Lane Allen, though, a little sleeping in that outside lane there. But man, Fetterplace gets down low. Richie gets shuffled into 4th right now. They all single file out here.
Down the backstretch. All single file, the top 6 or 7 right now. Here comes Jeff Chandler to the inside of the 14 of Lane Allen. That's your first battle, 7th spot.
Yeah, Jeff definitely wants to kind of get back into the mix of this.
Side by side for the front, though, as Fetterplace was leading. Fitzpatrick back to the inside. Fetterplace using that top lane, or bottom lane, I'm sorry, to take the lead over the 3 of Fitzpatrick. Here comes the 57 of Atkins.
Yeah, Jonathan's got his car hooked up as well. And, I'm looking at the 3 in the outside line, and I think that's purposely done. I'm just going to say it right now. That is all planned. It looks like he's going to let Richie go by, too. He is in save mode right now. He's going to drop back.
Yep, there goes the 19 by. Here comes Jamie Knopf, making an appearance in the top 5 here, looking to the inside of the 3 of Fitzpatrick.
And I mean, now a lot of guys would probably be like, well, why is he dropping back? Well, because the tires are such a premium, you really kind of got to baby them for the first few laps. And, Robert knows that. And someone like myself, I mean, I know it, but I don't know how to do it. And, it shows up dividends later in the run, especially if you stay green, like we already saw. He was able to make that stage win happen by saving. Man, big gaggle. Here comes the 31 under the 53. It's like Kevin Ruff now getting under the 53. Man, and Jeff goes on the outside now past the 3.
Jeff is on a mission right now. Wants to get those points back. He's fired around the 3. Here comes the 99 to the outside of the 3 as well. It's just like the first stage. I really thought he would fire off a little bit quicker here, but he's right back into save mode. Kevin Ruff gets really loose out there on the outside of the 3.
Well, and if you look at the 3 and then you look at the 31 right now, Jeff's kind of on an attack, and the 3 is laying back. And I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but it did. And we're going to see this later on. We're gonna watch the 33 and the 3, and we'll see where they're at in another 20, 30 laps here. They should be able to go about 50 laps from our stage. So around lap 120 is where I'm going to assume our next set of pit stops are going to be. Once they hit lap 120, they should have enough gas all the way to make this to the end here. But I'm assuming somewhere around maybe 115 to 125 is going to be our stage, or we're going to start seeing pit stops.
So he went 70 laps. I guess he could have went 73 on the first run, right? So
yep.
We ran 70 laps over 167. So we had 90. Help me with my math there. 93 laps to go.
Yeah,
around 90
around
laps.
there.
Yeah. So he can't make it, and it's not even close. But
everybody's going to have to pit for sure.
so why would he fall back here and save at this point? Unless, I mean, it may just be tires, but man, he's falling all the way back to 11th.
But we know how he is. And if you save the tire, especially if we continue with the long run, it's going to pay dividends.
We missed a lead change.
Oh, yeah. We
57, Jonathan Atkins to the front, charging to the front. At 34 Fetter Place, we saw how good he was on the long run, though. I'm sure this is a long-term gain or short-term gain for the 57.
Well, and I think that kind of answers your question with Robert. It's long-term gain, and we know that he does lay back to a certain point, and then slowly kind of methodically works his way through the field just because he's been saving those tires. And I know this is probably not the stage to do it in, but if you figure if you're going to do this over the entire run, you might be able to pull out a decent lead while everybody else is pitted, and then you can come in for a late pit stop and then have the fresher tires towards the end of the towards the end of the race. So this might be long-term strategy. And if you think about it, kind of somewhat makes sense. Go as long as you can, and then come in with less tires to use up towards the end.
Oh, Nick Alford around off turn 4. Our season champion comes around. He's getting it back going here, though.
Yeah, no yellow either.
Let's go back and look and see if we can see what happened to Nick Alford. 2, 3, and 4. Looks like he just loses it on his own.
He almost looked like he was trying to go into that front chicane. The way he entered.
He wanted to run the road course.
Yeah.
No laughing matter for him, though. He's going to fall all the way back there.
Well, I'll tell you, everybody in the field, those probably happy with what's happening to Nick tonight, because that is definitely hurting him in Season C championship right now. I mean, he's still good for playoffs, but and he still had a little bit of meat on the bone as far as playoffs, where he's not going to get knocked out or anything tonight. But for that C season champion, this might. I mean, granted, we still got a lot of laps to run, but this is definitely not how he wants tonight to go.
See side by side, Jeff Chandler, Kevin Ruff. Those guys came together at Kansas last week, where it was like Jeff Chandler kind of dove underneath the 99 of Ruff and kind of up the track into the 99. I hope they don't play out here once again, but I'm sure Ruff doesn't forget that. Of course, he had the similar issues with the 50, where he got underneath the 50 and made contact as well. So.
Well, that's the reason why, both of them were starting in the rear of the field. Well, at least Kevin had a pit road start. So, but hey, look at them right now. They're in 4th and 5th, and a great rebound from the penalties as well. But you definitely don't want to get another one.
Absolutely, up at the 4th spot. Great rebound. Didn't even get a caution to help him either. He did it the hard way. He had to start from the pits. He took that whole first stage to get back in contention, and here he is. And you talk about an up and down day. Jonathan Atkins, qualified on pole, internet issues, starts from pit road, claws back up through the field, and now he's leading once again.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's another Cinderella story tonight too. Yeah, I mean, if you look at 3 of the guys in the top 5 right now had major issues. I wouldn't say Kevin and Chandler had major issues, but they had deficits tonight. And of the 3. I mean, yeah, Jonathan is right now. He's out and proud right now, doing it.
Yeah,
probably the worst of the worst. Yeah,
Jonathan running. He's committed to that top line too. Fetter Place and Coy both on the bottom, and actually here comes Kevin Ruff to the outside of the 19.
Yeah, we saw Jonathan last week too run that outside line, and he would not get off that outside line. He was still able to kind of save the tire, and usually the outside line will eat up your tire more. I don't know the deal with that, but that's what happens.
Yeah. Here's the battle for the lead, though, as the 34 Fetter Place finally gets underneath of Atkins in the 57. He's been rolling that bottom really well. We saw he had a really good long-run car. Not quite able to clear off turn 2, as Atkins is going to stick with him.
Yeah, well, Jonathan really knows how to run that outside line. I mean, obviously, we just talked about it, and he's really definitely, you can see why he likes it so much. He's getting that, a little almost contact there.
Yeah, Atkins still going to hang there on that right rear quarter panel. That can frustrate you as the bottom driver on the bottom.
Well, I can tell you when Fetter Place gets a little clear of him, he's gonna get up in that room, that groove there in front of him,
All this
if
is
he can get there.
all this is bringing the 99 of Kevin Ruff into the battle as well. Here he comes up on the back of these two guys, and actually here comes Brian Messer underneath the 19 behind him.
Yep.
There goes
Yeah.
the pass is finally completed. Fetter Place takes the lead.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, starting for the pits and working your way through the field and finding yourself up in the third right now just shows you what kind of a quick car he had. Especially, too, he's out there in his own island, coming out of the pits. Everybody's pretty much passed. He didn't have any draft help. He's just out there cracking hot laps, one after the other. And, you can see the speed. He's getting under Jonathan right now.
Around that middle lane, forcing Jonathan to the outside there. Back quarters, but he makes the pass. The 99 Kevin Ruff up to P2.
All right. Now, Jonathan Atkins looks like he's it's like that outside line really isn't working that great for him right now. Richie Coy looks like he's about ready to get under him. Richie Coy's new teammate, so I'm sure the two of them are going to play nice.
Yeah, I almost want to say that Jonathan Atkins might be the anti-Richie Coy. Two polar opposites. He's always running the outside, and Richie Coy refuses to run the outside.
That is very true, yeah. All right, I heard from Doyle. He said he's not falling asleep tonight. That's probably a good thing, Doyle. These guys are making it pretty interesting for us.
Fitzpatrick back to 12th now, and Jeff Chandler up to 6. That's a 6-point deficit. He's getting there.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing. I want to see the three. The three's going to start maybe blasting through the field here. I think he's probably saved enough. Again, I can imagine we're going to be seeing pit stops when they're 20 laps or so.
Jeff's got to have a perfect night tonight. Got to make up those points. Got to finish in the top 5. Do everything you can to make up those points on the 3 of Fitzpatrick for your playoff hopes to stay alive. Your championship hopes to stay alive.
Well, he desperately wants to win tonight, and that's definitely what he needs. He's probably definitely trying to shoot for that tonight. But if he can't get that win, he's going to have to do everything in his power to try to get up there. And again, yeah, with what Robert did before the stage and getting this winning the stage, he's got a tough hill to climb. He might need a Sherpa for a little help. He might need Doyle the Sherpa to help out Jeff.
It's a close race between him and Alexander Hodge. Hodge looking to the inside now, the 53. That's a teammate to the 3. Oh, he's up the track, almost into the side of the 31.
Wow. That was close.
What we don't want to see is some team interference here. We don't want teams to get involved and start messing with other drivers.
Nope, you can be sporting and give them a little bit of a rough time, but you definitely don't want to take them out. All right, Jeff does get clear of him. And then they got a little bit of a party happening behind them. They got Jamie Knopf, Lane Allen, who was quicker earlier on, and then Brian Dixon as well. And the 3 of them are closing down on the 53 and the 31.
Here comes Chandler had an issue, I think, a little bit off the corner. 53 is going to come back at him as Jamie Knopf is under fire from Lane Allen, who looks to the inside.
Yeah, Lane's definitely been having a decent long run night too as well. And it looks like Nick Alford is in the pits.
Issue. Kevin Ruff. He loses a couple spots. Richie Coy and Jonathan Atkins both get by him.
Oh, yeah.
See if we can rewind and see what happened here.
Yeah, he was like 4/10 off of Brandon Fetter Place. I'm surprised he hadn't actually caught him by then, but yeah, he did. Slipped up.
See what happens in 3 and 4 here. Oh, he's loose. Oh, he almost loses it there, but loses all his momentum. It's going to let Atkins and Richie go right by him there.
All right, Nick Elford comes in for an unscheduled stop. He is now a lap down, maybe 2 laps down by the time this cycles through. He did take 4 tires. I'm just curious to know why. He's got 67 laps to get this done. I don't know if he was that good on saving gas like the 3 was, but he might still have to pit again.
Might be a Hail Mary. He might have had damage that he needed fixed. I wonder if that's what contributed to his spin there off turn 4.
Well, yeah, it's possible. He didn't hit anything when he spun, but yeah, he probably did scuff up the tires quite a bit.
Simmons and James Torrey battling back here for 13th spot. Simmons way off where I thought he would be at tonight.
Yeah, both the Tracy Northwood team are really kind of struggling tonight. The only one that's really doing any decent right now is Jamie Canapa running 8th. But yeah, Ben and Daniel are struggling a little bit. EJ Luna is our lap down car right now, so if the caution does come out, we have EJ Luna, Mason Hoffner, JC Evans, and then Nick Alford. Yeah, Nick Alford did go 2 laps down. Those are our only guys laps down right now. And Richie Corey is getting walked away by Brandon Fetterplace, running 2nd. So Brandon is still putting out a pretty hefty clip.
Yeah, and Atkins is kind of hung in there after we thought he was falling back a little bit. But he's kind of hung in there now as the outside lane looks like it's kind of came in. He's able to use that outside lane, keep that momentum up.
Yeah, he's definitely, I mean, he's losing a lot of speed off the entry, but that exit, he is just on rails. You can see how much gain he gains on Richie right now, and he pulls away from the 51. But then when that entry hits, the 51 starts to gain up on him. He's definitely making it work. Again, I don't know what that does to the tires. I've always been told that the outside line really does hurt the tires. But I don't know. Jonathan's able to make it work, especially what we've seen him do all night tonight. So he's obviously got something figured out.
I tell you, Chandler's kind of driven away from this battle. He was in, he's in 6th, 7th place on back. He's kind of grouped up back there behind Hodge and Jamie Knopf, Brian Dixon, Lane Allen, but he's driven away from these guys and kind of closing in on the 99 of Kevin Ruff.
Well, Jeff definitely needs it. He needs to be going forward instead of going backward. And Rob Fitzpatrick is in 12th right now. Just kind of way back in the field. Really hasn't moved much. I'm just kind of waiting for him to make his move. Although the guy in front of him, TJ Bartel, who's also what I like to call a tire miser.
53 really loose off turn 4 there. Catches it, but loses all his momentum. The 48 is going to go by the 06 to his out, or 03 of Dixon to his outside. But that was a big moment for the 53.
Yeah, Lane Allen's getting ready to kind of pounce on him now as well. Here comes TJ Bartel on the Twisted T machine working on the 53, starting to gain up on him real quick. Yeah, the 53 looks really loose on exit, especially that turn 4. He was brutal.
Starting to struggle with a little handling, and that's only going to get worse before they make their pit stop.
Well, again, I kind of feel like we're about 10 away from pit stops, and Alexander's allowing TJ to go by.
53 is coming to pit road. He is. He's going to be coming to pit road this time by. The Universal Signals pull low down the backstretch, and he's going to come to pit road and try to get this thing fixed up and try to make a short run to the end.
Yeah, he definitely did not want to fight that thing anymore. So he's like, I'm going in. It's probably earlier than he wanted to, but, you know, hey, you got to do what you have to do. They did run a little bit longer of a run than they did before the stage happened. You know, a lot of those guys kind of split that opening 70-lap run. So some of these guys are in uncharted territory as far as tire wear goes. The one guy that still has yet to reach uncharted territory is Robert Fitzpatrick, though. So he's just biding his time, I think. We're going to see him up there, sure enough.
Watching the battle between the 57 and the 51. Masser hounding the back of the 57 of Atkins right now. I know another car looks pretty evil out there right now. Is this 99 of Kevin Ruff? I've seen him sideways a couple times, especially off turn 4. Just trying to hang on to this thing to get to that pit stop.
Well, they've already had 2 pit stops, some of these guys, so you almost wonder, too, did they make any tweaks? And the cars are going a little bit south from where they thought they wanted to make the adjustments right. So, you know, we talked about, you know, being a different off-schedule track that we're running. You know, again, they normally would run the oval here. Some guys maybe don't have the time or the practice, or maybe just bad adjustment even. Some guys are definitely struggling.
51 of Brian Messer on board here watching Jonathan Atkins. Messer having a good night so far in 5th right now. Had a good run in the first stage as well. Minus the pit stop he made, some of the others didn't, but he was having a good run, and right now running that very bottom line as 57 continues to run that top.
Yeah, he's definitely a sharp night for him tonight too, and it almost looks like he's getting ready to make that look on Jonathan, and actually he might be, but Jonathan's got that great exit off the horn too, and Brian just can't quite get there.
Yeah, I expect this 51 to be quick. His teammates out there leading right now, the 34th better place, so 51 of Messer obviously got something similar here. Trying to get around the 57, but that's what kind of surprises me too, because the 98 Nick Alford you would think has the same thing as well, but he struggled all night and found himself with I would assume a little bit of damage has caused some other issues.
Yeah, well, I think the spins definitely hurt him, at least put him kind of off schedule with some of these other guys, especially with the maybe excessive tire wear and whatnot. But I'll be honest, Fetter Place right now, he is on a rail. He's got a 1.2 second lead over Richie Coy, and Jonathan Atkins and Brian Messer. I mean, they really haven't lost Richie. It looks like they're still hanging on pretty good with Richie as well, almost catching him a little bit. So Richie, Richie's playing with house money. He doesn't really have to worry about it too much, but he's going to have some company here in a little bit.
The 7 of Wayne Grouse is going down a lap there. Unfortunately, he's had a couple of rough outings lately. Just staying out of trouble right now. He unfortunately took a tumble there, lap 1 in the truck race. Talking to him, he said he had a really quick truck there, and it was really disheartening for him to get turned there on the backstretch early on. Unfortunate, but just tiptoeing around here right now. Currently the lucky dog, so if he can stay there, he'll get that lap back.
Yeah, Ben Tracy is going to be he's our last guy in the lead lap right now, and he just crossed the start-finish line, and Brandon Fairplace was entering 3 when that happened, so Ben Tracy, he's the next victim, but we'll see if he can stay up there. I think we might hit pit stops before that actually happens.
Battle for 3rd is on. Brian Messer finally finds his way underneath the 57. Jonathan Atkins just trying to be really patient here on that bottom lane. 57 gets a great run off the corner that's going to hang on to that position for now, but he's inching his way into position here.
Yeah, Brian looked like he got a little tight on the exit of 2 there and kind of slowed him up a little bit. Had to kind of give it back to Jonathan. I think I heard Jeff Chandler coming in for a pit. Or no, maybe not. Not this lap. He said something. I assumed maybe it was a pit, but no, he's still out there.
Yeah, I think he was telling Wayne, thank you for letting him by.
Oh, maybe that was it. All right, Brandon Fairplace, 1.6 second lead over second right now. Richie Coy still running second. Jonathan Atkins third. Brian Messer needs to kind of gather it back up. He's kind of where he was about 10 laps ago behind Jonathan. That little slip up really cost him.
Yeah, these guys just trying to not push over the limit of the tires, because once you get the tires hot, it is a handful for sure. As Daniel Simmons comes to pit road, he's going to make his pit stop.
Daniel Simmons, lap 119 coming in. The one guy that just still lurking back there, Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. He's just kind of running a pace. He's been running in basically the lap. He's been running in the 30s. 30.6, 30.7s, 30.5s and 8s. So he has not really done anything but that, which is pretty wild.
I just wonder about that. I mean,
he's just slow and steady, wins the race. He's playing Mr. Turtle out there, I think. I kind of feel like, he'll be one of our last guys to pit. He's going to have the freshest tires at that point, and then he is just going to go like a bat out of hell.
But will it be too late? That's what we're going to stick around and find out.
Yeah, he does have almost an 8-second deficit off the leader right now, but Yeah, I would imagine though too. This would be the time that maybe you want to start hitting that accelerator a little bit and start making your moves up front.
'Cause this is the battle for the line. Jeff Chandler, Brian, Bob Fitzpatrick. Battle for the.
Well, if it finished right now with Jeff Chandler being in 6th and Robert Fitzpatrick in 11th, Robert would still be able to eke out Jeff just because of the stage win. So he's still in air territory, but yeah, he definitely does not want to get too far.
7-point difference. That would put it down to a 1-point difference.
Yeah, I mean that is a little close for comfort. Yes, Wayne Grossi going in for a pit again, or no? Kerman Henney going in for a pit.
Wayne's coming in as well, but Wayne's a lap down, but yeah, he's going to come to pit road.
That's right.
I see Ben Tracy coming off pit road. So Ben's been in for a pit.
Jonathan Atkins pitting. What I heard. Although it could be me hearing things. Nope, there he goes. All right, so right on cue. I was saying about 120, 115 to 125. Some of these guys, I have a feeling, obviously they're going to be running it a little longer. But I think now that you get some of the guys in, I think we're going to probably see the Richie Coys, the Brandon Fetter places, some of these other guys up front, they're going to start pitting soon.
It's a nice gap for the 34 Fetter place. Just no mistakes on this pit road. No mistakes on the pit stop is what you need. A nice solid stop. And when it comes to it, you don't need anything spectacular to maintain this lead. But I tell you what, Brian Messer's starting to close in on the 19 of Coy. He might catch him there before the pit stops. Here comes his 31 of Jeff Chandler too on pit road though.
All right, Jeff is in. And that breast cancer awareness, shiny pink car. Kevin Ruff, I heard, coming in.
14 of Lane Allen's made his pit stop. He's right in front of the leaders right there. Kevin Ruff coming to pit road.
Jamie Knopf coming in.
Jamie Knopf right behind him. TJ Bartell coming in with him as well. Fitzpatrick stays out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Robert's going to stay out. He'll probably be the last guy to pit. One of the last guys to pit, I should say.
Better place 2, 3, and 4. Does he pit this time? No, he's going to stay out one more lap. Here comes Coy through pit 3 and 4. He's going to stay out as well with Nat Messer. Dixon stays out as well. Oh, here comes Lane Allen. Actually, he hadn't made a pit stop. Lane Allen coming to pit road. That wasn't Lane Allen in front of the leader.
Yeah, and if I was Richie, you're definitely not going to pit sooner than Brandon. And Brandon, with the lead that he has, he's probably...
he could pit after him and be all right.
Right, exactly. And I almost kind of feel like, he could stay out there. With the lead he has right now, he can stay out there as long as he needs to.
Game of cat and mouse right now. And right now, Richie Coy's got his hands full with the 51 of Messer, who is also a teammate to Fetter Place. So making the 19s laugh hard right now. That Messer's looking really quick, using that middle lane, trying to get a run on the 19.
All right, I hear Richie Coy. He's pitting this lap.
All right, 19 coming.
He does not like the pressure behind him. He needs to get some tires. Looks like.
Fetter Place is coming in too. So Fetter Place in, Coy in, Messer's coming in behind the 19. All these guys pitting on the same lap. Brian Dixon's going to stay out once again. Fitzpatrick's going to stay out once again. Surprise, surprise. Both those guys, the ones that stayed out in the stage.
That's what I was just going to say. Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't they? And yeah, Fitzpatrick up to second right now. And I just have a feeling they're gonna run this clock dry or run the tank dry as maybe not super dry, but dry enough to at least have a little bit of a tire advantage towards the end of this. And I bet you Robert Fitzpatrick is clicking off. Well, he's still clicking off those 30.8s, 30.7 laps right now. So
looks like the gap was maintained between Fetter Place and Coy, maybe even grown just a little bit. Messer's going to come out with those guys as well. But here's your leader, the 03 of Brian Dixon. Looks like he's going to be coming in this time by. Indeed he is. He's slowing down to 3 and 4 to come to pit road.
All right. The lead goes back to the 3 of Robert Fitzpatrick,
who is being swarmed right now by fresh tires.
Oh, yeah. staying high, letting everybody get by him. We only have 3 guys on the lead lap right now.
You got to worry right now, though. You lose a lot of time staying out on his old tires. How long does he stay out here?
Yeah, but are they really old, or has he? They're definitely older than the rest of them, but they're probably not as old as
they may not be old,
right?
But they're slow.
Right, exactly. They are definitely a little slower, but yeah, definitely not probably as old as some of the other guys that just did it.
Here comes the 99 and rough around him.
And he wasn't rough getting around him. And Fitzpatrick is coming in right now.
All right, so he's started a couple extra laps here. We'll see where he cycles back in.
Just got to be clean and green getting in that stop.
As right now, Richie Coy going around Jeff Chandler. That's going to put Chandler back to 5th when everything cycles out, which is a spot higher than he was.
Yeah, Jeff did pit a little bit earlier than Richie, too, so Richie definitely has a little bit fresher tire. Jeff's just got to be able to keep in front of Robert.
Well, he needs what? 8 spots?
Something like that, yeah. I don't know if he's going to be able to maintain that or not, but it really depends on how good Robert gets in and out of that stall. And he's pulling out right now. Obviously not up to speed, and right on exit, and Jeff Chandler is entering 3, so yeah, Jeff's definitely got a little bit of leg on him right now as far as track position goes. But
ooh, the 3 touched the track coming up off the apron there. Did he get a penalty for that?
I'm going to rewind and see what that looked like. That would be horrible.
He might have got away with it there, though.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually crossed it, but yeah, he did slip up a little bit. He definitely was trying to give it his all on exit there.
Well, anyway, out front, Better Place leads. Kevin Ruff actually in 2nd. Jonathan Atkins in 3rd. Richie Coy back to 4th. Did not have the pit stop he wanted, I don't believe. He's lost a couple positions. Of course, some of those guys came in a little earlier as well, so we'll see if that plays out here as we go into the end of this race.
Yeah, well, Richie and Brandon both came out at the same point. Kevin and Jonathan, I believe, came out a lot sooner. So, Richie, I mean, there still is a good 33 laps to go, 32 laps maybe, and so there's still a little chance to, or opportunity to even save a little bit your tire and just be there at the end of that run. All right, so Jeff Chandler sitting in 5th right now. Kind of go back to our championship standings here, and Robert Fitzpatrick lined up in 15th. So if the race were to end now, Jeff definitely will move on. But I can tell you right now, Robert is definitely not going to be slacking. His last lap was a 29.4, and let's see where he's crossing the line here.
Actually, I didn't realize this till now. William Lark is above the cutoff line by 3. William Lark is not here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So there is a good chance that both of those guys will move on.
We'll still move on, yeah. Wow. Well, it's all right. I'm sure Robert still wants to try to get up there and win this thing.
Yeah,
he ran a 29.5 that last lap, 29.4 the first lap, 29.5. He's crossing the start-finish line now, and he ran a 29.8. So slowing down a little bit, but definitely running a lot faster pace than he was in the earlier stages. So yeah, he's on throttle right now. And to put it in perspective, he is running a 1/10 of a lap quicker than our leader right now, Brandon Fetterplace.
Slow car right there. Coming to pit road, EJ Luna. Hitting pit road once again in the 81 coming back to pit road. So that's going to be a spot for the 3 of Fitzpatrick too as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, EJ's definitely not having great luck tonight. Yeah, he looks like he's going to be going a lap down now with this unscheduled stop, I assume.
I'll tell you what, Fetter Place looks like he's on rails out there. Kevin Ruff in second, Jonathan Atkins in third. Good bit of space between all these guys as Richie Coy's in fourth. About even space between second, third, and fourth right now. And Jeff Chandler in fifth with Messer behind him.
Yeah, Jeff's got about a 2 to 2.5 second from fourth to fifth right now. So he just got a little bit of, he's got Messer right behind him, but that's really his only hurdle right now. He's got to stay in front of Messer. Everybody else is a little bit too far away for him to reach or catch right now.
All right, well.
What do we got? We've got 26 laps to go.
Getting down to it, Charlotte 250 here for the Victory Fuel Cup Series.
DJ Luna gets back on track right in front of our leader, Fetter Place, and I almost thought there was going to be a little issue there, but no big deal.
Wait to see who takes victory tonight. Speaking of victory, go to drinkvictory.com. Use code FTSR for 10% off your order at the Victory Fuel shop, drinkvictory.com. Get your hat, a shirt, and definitely pick you up some of that delicious Victory Fuel. That stuff is very refreshing. So something you really want to try out and taste. It's not an energy drink, as they like to say. Definitely not an energy drink, but it will fuel you up. Fuel your passion for racing. Get some Victory Fuel. Go to drinkvictory.com. Remember to use code FTSR for 15% off your order. Victory Fuel, proud sponsor of the Victory Fuel Cup Series.
Yep, it is good stuff. I will say it's even better than watered down Gatorade that I'm used to drinking.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But it's not an energy drink.
It has electrolytes. I won't make the reference. It has what plants need.
I guess. Does it? I don't know. We'll have to talk to Rich.
Speaking of Richie, looks like he's going to make the pass on the 99 of Kevin Ruff. Kevin a little off the pace in the backstretch, so Richie just second place over around the 99 of Ruff.
And he made that on the top side, too, so I almost wonder if his teammate is rubbing off on him a little bit there.
I don't know, it looks like Kevin may be a little off the pace, but I think he has a little older tires.
Yeah, Kevin was one of the earlier guys that came in, and, Jonathan Atkins, Richie's teammate, too, is just kind of back there hanging out as well, again, with a little bit older tires. And I like I say, I think Richie actually has maybe 3 to 4 laps fresher tires than those two. But yeah, Richie running strong in second. Unfortunately, he's got a 3.2 second deficit to Brandon Fetter Place. Brandon is on a rail tonight, and I don't want to jinx him. I mean, I already picked him for the win tonight because, he's been lacking up front lately. And, again, I don't want to jinx him, but he is looking sharp tonight.
Looking in really good shape. 3.3 seconds now to lead. 34 Fetter Place getting it done tonight here at Charlotte. They have done their homework, that's for sure. And as a matter of fact, Brian Messer having a good run tonight here as well. He's actually found himself right now behind the 31 of Jeff Chandler, but he's having a well of a run as well. Was running up front in the first stage, was running the top 4 before pit stops, and he's looking to get back there.
Yeah, definitely having a good night tonight, too, as well. And, him and his teammate both, you assume that they're using the same setup or maybe working off the same notes. And, definitely looking pretty good tonight. I had to go back to Robert Fitzpatrick Jr., running 12th right now. So he has been slowly kind of pecking them off one by one here. Still, he's running about 30.2 right now. Although, man, Brandon Fetter Place is running a 30.1. So
that's
Brandon really got
seven spots between him and Jeff Chandler right now, and that would be what would that
tiebreaker territory, close to it.
Well, here's the thing: Fitzpatrick has led a lap. Has Jeff Chandler led a lap tonight?
That's very true. Yeah, Jeff is not.
And that's why we need to bring back lap lead points in NASCAR. Those things matter. We have it tonight, and at 1 point would matter. Of course, like I said, the 24 not being here tonight, unfortunately, is probably going to, I'll say unfortunately, for the drama, unfortunately. But fortunately for both those drivers, I think will get them through to the next round. So it kind of unfortunately kills kind of the drama there. But But man,
Yeah.
otherwise, man, it would be intense.
Well, and I'm going to give my hats off too. I mean, we're kind of wandering down on laps here. We got about 17 left to go here. We've only had one caution all night,
Yes.
and that was our stage caution. And this is normally what we see here at FTSR. We see long green flag runs, green flag pit stops, good, clean, respectful racing amongst everybody as well. And that's all I've seen tonight. And it allows the strategies to play out as one would want them to play out, especially if you're in the car and it's kind of something you planned out. And I don't want to say plan again, but yeah, everything's gone to plan.
Well, you can plan on catching that flight early out because
Yeah.
they're doing a good job. They're doing a good job. Hey, yeah, literally though. Yeah, I was gonna say about the same thing, man. We've worked hard trying to clean some of the stuff up in the league, trying to get some clean racing. That's kind of what we built our foundation on, is some clean, respectful racing. Boy, did we get that in a truck race on Wednesday night last week. And tonight, so far, clean and green, no cautions for incident, just a stage caution, and that's it. These guys are putting on a heck of a show, doing a great job staying off each other, racing respectfully, and that's exactly, if you're a driver in the field, that's exactly what you kind of want. You want the strategy to kind of be in your hands as far as, no unexpected cautions and stuff like that. These guys are doing a great job keeping it green, and I appreciate it. I'm sure the guys out there appreciate it. While it isn't the most exciting stuff to broadcast, this is exactly what you want if you're a driver out there on the track.
And I would argue it probably is with some of the drivers. I mean, if you're pulling for a certain driver and, you might want that caution for them to benefit from. But, there again, too, it's good to see some of these strategies play out as they do and as they are right now. And, you got a guy like Brandon Fetterplace with this nice long run car. He's got a 4-second lead, a little over, almost 4.2 second lead over second right now. He's definitely happy that we are green flag.
He's doing a great job out there now. Yeah, like you said, 4.2 second lead now on Richie Corey, really taking it to the 19 tonight. Is the 34 Fetterplace. Really hooked up right around the bottom. We saw he had a great long run car in that first stage, man. He came from 3 seconds back to close that gap early on. We knew then he had a really good car, and boy, is it showing tonight. Through green flag pit stops and everything, he's able to extend that lead now 4.3 seconds.
Yeah, and if you figure too that first stage, I mean, he what did he do? He gained the 3 seconds, and then I still think he had a 2-second lead over his next competitor by the time that stage flag flew anyway. So he definitely was on a rail in that early stage. Definitely, that has not stopped. The car looks like he's almost gotten better as this run has gone.
There's Richie Coy second of the number 19. Richie in good shape in the playoffs. Doesn't have anything to worry about tonight. He's going to move on in playoffs regardless. And so just stacking up some extra points, hopefully to help him get through to the next stage. You got the 99 of Kevin Ruff behind him, also in position to advance with no issues. Just having a solid night. Able to come back after a penalty to start the race, starting from pit road, to rebound from that without the help of a caution, man. Just to come back, charge his way back up through the first stage, get position, and now just clawing his way back towards the front, having a solid night, now running down the 19 of Coy. In fourth place is the 57, Jonathan Atkins. Boy, talk about a story tonight. Started on pole, had connection issues, had to start from pit road after getting dropped. Claws his way back with the 99 of Ruff, claws his way back into the top 10 or so before the stage after having to start from pit road. Gets back to the lead. So it's been an up and down night for him as well.
Yeah.
Currently in fifth spot, and of course Jeff Chandler clawing his way from the back of the pack, now trying to hold off Brian Messer. Here's the race for fifth right now as Messer's looking underneath.
Wow, Jeff with the outside though. Look at that run on the outside though Jeff got. Can Brian hold it down low to get by it? I almost feel like we've seen this movie once before, but man, right on that blue and white line. It looked like he used it to help him turn a little bit.
He did. He got it done. He clears. So the 51 of Messer around the 31 of Jeff Chandler for fifth spot as Jeff slips back a position. And the spotter needs to be telling Jeff in the air, look, I think we're in good shape. We're going to advance anyway. Nothing crazy. Just a good solid finish is what we need here.
Yeah, because right now, I mean, yeah, I don't think the drama is really in play, but yeah, Jeff Chandler's down to 6th, and Robert Fitzpatrick's in 11th. Robert Fitzpatrick is hunting down Jeff's teammate of DJ Bartel right now. He might be in striking distance by the time the race finishes, but he's still got a little bit of there's still a bit of a gap though, almost a second gap in between the two of them.
James Torrey able to make the pass on Alexander Hodge. Hodge going in the wrong direction, currently in 13th spot. James Torrey up to 12th, up 9 spots from where he started.
Yeah, James been actually looking pretty sharp the last couple of weeks too, and he might actually really like this track. I think he did pretty well in the truck race as well. So, yeah, a good outing for him tonight.
I'll never forget watching James cut through the field. I think it was Kansas in the trucks early this season. Able to cut his way through the field, man, and get that stage win. That was very impressive as he kind of was diving, ducking, and dodging his way through the field.
Yeah, I do remember that. I think I was broadcasting that race, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody was out of town. I might have recalled.
We are down to it though. We're 6 laps to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I had to pull out the calculator to see how many laps we have left to go. But yeah, we got 6 to go here. Fetter Place almost gonna have a 6-second lead by the time this is over. I'm gonna tell you, he's 5.5 seconds right now. He just put on the afterburner. I don't know what he's got under the hood, but he's running 30.2 right now. 30.2 a lap.
Yeah, length of the backstretch is basically his lead.
He's running 4/10 quicker than our second place Richie Coy right now. I mean, he's got that thing.
Did somebody pick him tonight? I think somebody picked him tonight.
Somebody may have picked him tonight. I don't remember. Probably some really smart guy.
I don't know about that. Yeah, and I picked the stage winner. I don't know.
Yeah, you did actually. Yeah. And that was, but I called it. He was saving gas that whole time. I'm amazed he was able to do it, and he still had 3 laps to boot. So I know he's definitely not in interview territory right now. But yeah, I would love to have heard his story tonight.
Ooh. Jeff Chandler going the wrong direction. Jamie Knopf around him for 6th spot. The battle zone for 7th as Lane Allen's looking underneath the 31.
Yeah, I think Jeff maybe. I think he didn't save as much as he probably should have. Yeah, he's definitely got some pressure from Lane now. Jeff's still kind of hanging in that outside line though too, so I almost wonder if that car is handling where he can't get low. I have not seen him drop down low really at all in the last few laps.
Again, the grand scheme of things, still a solid night. That's all he needed. They'll move on.
Yeah.
And he need 3 both to move on, and they'll get to fight for the round of 8 the next 3 races. And that's where things get interesting, because a win in the round of 8, you're fighting for a championship. So things are going to inch up. They're going to turn the heat up just a little bit more on these guys.
Wow. And then we've got Martinsville. We got Talladega. They only got the cookie cutter next week at Vegas.
To get it done.
And, and that's the gambler. That's not the gamble. The gamble is the Talladega and the Martinsville.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to see the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Charlotte. It's been all Brandon Fetter Place up front. That 34, it's been extremely strong here. We saw him fast in the stage. Unfortunately, had to make a pit stop. Some of the other guys didn't. Otherwise, he'd have won the stage as well. So really strong here. A strong showing right now. 6.4 seconds to gap over the 19 of Richie Coy. Into 3 and 4 for the final time through 3 and 4. The 34 Brandon Fetter Place going to punch his ticket and going to win here at Charlotte. The Charlotte 250 goes to Fetter Place.
Man, what a run tonight. 6-second lead. 6.2 second lead over second place. He even put Daniel Simmons a lap down, getting it done as well. Wow.
Jeff Chandler able to hang on over Lane Allen. Brian Dixon in 9th. TJ Bartel finishes in 10th. And Fitzpatrick comes back to 11th spot. Not the night he was hoping to have, but regardless, was enough.
Well, I almost hate to say it, but yeah, if William Lark was still in the points for tonight, Robert would have moved on. And Robert still did what he needed to do.
That is very true.
That awesome first round too. I mean, just getting that stage win, saving. We're thinking, hey, is he having handling issues? Is he doing okay? And he was just shucking and jiving us this whole time, that entire run.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Better Place is going to put on a show for the fans on the front stretch, burning it down. Let's look at our results here for the Charlotte 250 for the Victory Fuel Cup Series. Your winner tonight, that 34, Brandon Fetter Place, a rocket ship. He brings home the win here for the Toyota team. The 19 of Richie Coy will come home in P2 in the Victory Fuel Ford. Third place is going to go to the 99 of Kevin Ruff. What a rebound for him on the podium after starting from pit road. Great job for him. Jonathan Atkins holds on to P4 running that outside lane. He kept that thing hot out there tonight. And that 57 Ford gets it done in fourth spot. Fifth place for the 51 of Brian Messer. Great top five for him. Teammate won. And top five for him. They're going to be happy about that tonight. The sixth spot is going to go to the 48 of Jamie Knopf, who's able to claw his way up 6 positions to finish sixth spot. Seventh place for the number 31 of Jeff Chandler. Again, he'll do enough to move on there. The eighth spot is going to go to the 14 of Lane Allen. Great run for Lane. Ninth spot is going to be the 03. Brian Dixon, another teammate to your winner tonight. Finishes in the top 10. And a good top 10 run for the 40 of TJ Bartell, who he's going to hold off on to the 10th spot.
All right, 11th, Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. We saw him with that stage win. Great job for him tonight. James Torrey, 12th. Another good run for him as well. Alexander Hodge, 13th. Then we have our lap down cars. Daniel Simmons, our first guy lap down, 14th. Kermit Henney, 15th. Ben Tracy, 16th. Nick Elford, 17th. EJ Luna, 18th. Wayne Grossi, 19th. Mason Hoffner, 20th. JC Evans, 21st. Michael Blackner, 22nd. And don't worry about me in there if you see me.
Tony Solari finishes last.
Finishes last. Story of my life.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight. So far, Fetter Place parks it on the front stretch. Going to have to get that checkered flag. We're going to come back after this commercial break. We'll talk to him and our top 3 finishers and finish up commentary on tonight's exciting race here at Charlotte. So we'll do all that on the other side of this commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
And we're back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, finishing up this Charlotte 250 for the Victory Fuel Cup Series here on the oval at Charlotte. And man, what a challenge it was for these guys tonight. And it was good just to see some racing during the daytime here at Charlotte. These guys putting on a show for sure. Your winner, Brandon Fetterplace, getting it done here. We're going to kick it over to our post-race show here, presented by Victory Fuel, of course. Our Victory Lane post-race show here on Full Throttle Television. We'll start with our third place finisher, and that is going to be the 99 of Kevin Ruff. Let's pull him up here. Kevin, man, congratulations. Third place finish tonight in the 99. You had to overcome a penalty for starting for pit road, man. What a rebound to fight your way through that without any help of any cautions. You just basically drove back up there and put yourself back in contention. Congrats, man.
Thank you. It was a tough one. It was really, really good racing tonight. I mean, that was some of the best racing we've had in this series. I think you guys, as good at broadcasters as you are, I think you were very pleased with the product we put out there tonight. And yeah, we had a tough battle. I'm going to be honest. I did not expect us to run the oval. I didn't pay attention to the schedule. When I seen Charlotte, I thought we were running the Roval. So I come in here with just joined Ryko on the Select Club. They've been really good to me. And I ran a Vegas setup that they just released this week, played around with it a little bit. And in practice, I put down that qualifying lap and I was like, okay, we got something. And yeah, man, I knew I was top 3 after the stage because I was looking at the intervals and the overall times. And man, that car was just a rocket. But obviously, Fetterplace and Richie, man, they made some adjustments, and I was afraid to make adjustments. That's where I'm still learning in the Select Club, is how to make adjustments. But Fetterplace, he had a rocket. He was gone.
Well, that makes it even more impressive. You didn't even know we were on the oval tonight. Shows up, gets a few laps in, says, okay, we're good to go. And man, you got it done out there in third place. But yeah, talk about fighting through the field. We were talking about how clean this race was too, and there was no cautions to kind of take a breath or anything. You basically had to claw your way back up through the field after starting from pit road. And I looked up and you were in the top 10 at the end of the stage. How in the world, I guess you did have a rocket ship, because how in the world did you were able to claw your way back up through there in 70 laps?
Well, I knew when we went, when we started from the pits, I knew as soon as I took off, I was like, okay, because I was worried how far away the main group was going to be from me when I got off pit road. And it was like 3.5 seconds. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to save tire. Well, I saved tire really good because at the 12th lap, I think in that run, I started catching the back 3 cars. And then I started catching more. And then I was like, okay. And then I started pushing it really hard. And in this new car model, you can tell more of when you're really heating up that right rear. So I was like getting really cautious because I think I was heating up that right rear. So I backed off a little bit. And then towards the end of the run, I was hauling the mail again. So it was just, I had to be really patient, which you guys know. I try to race as clean as possible, but sometimes I don't have the best patience. And it rewarded me really well tonight.
Well, you absolutely did a great job tonight. Again, a rebound from that to a third place finish, a solid run. You talking about the racing, great clean racing out there, plenty of room being given. And those guys put on a heck of a show. Yeah, from a broadcast standpoint, we were trying to find things to talk about. But we had plenty to talk about from storylines with the playoffs and stuff like that. But you guys definitely putting on a great show out there tonight. So, again, once again, congratulations on the third place finish. Congratulations on moving on to the round of 8. No worries there. We'll see you in the round of 8 for sure. But I'm going to hand you the mic and let you do your shout-outs and your sponsor plugs.
Yeah, shout out to RFH Racing, Alexander Hodge, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., and even though Senior's not running in the Cup Series no more, he still is in there with us and likes to still talk to us and everything. Appreciate those guys. Appreciate Ryko Select Club. I'm honored to be able to be selected, a part of that. So really excited with them. Shout out to you guys. You guys always do a heck of a broadcast. I love showing this product that you guys put on YouTube to all my coworkers and family and stuff after. It's amazing. It's when people look at it, they cannot believe how realistic it is. And shout out to Best One Tire. I love that company. I work for them in real life. They're really good to me. They sponsored me on here. They sponsored this series. And they sponsored me on my dirt bike in real life. And I have a big race coming up in a couple of weeks in the AMA GNCC Ironman in Crawfordsville, Indiana. I'll probably finish dead last, but Best One wanted to be on the bike. So they bought my graphics for me and put them on the bike, and it looks really good. And I'm excited to run that race.
Yeah, we're gonna have to catch up on that too. I think you shared something in Discord about that too. So we're gonna have to catch up with you on the dirt bike adventures for sure. It sounds very interesting. But man, again, congratulations tonight. Look forward to hearing more about it and seeing more out of you the rest of the season as we head into the round of 8.
Thank you.
It's your third place finish of the night. The 99 Kevin Ruff getting it done. The best one tire forward for RFH Racing. Capping off a pretty solid finish of the night. I believe you're standing by with our second place finish of the 19 Victory Fuel Ford of Richie Coy.
Yeah, I'm down here with Ricky Victory Fuel Co. And Richie, man, good run tonight. I mean, you were playing with house money, but I know you didn't really practice much until you. I think you got a setup from Wyatt, if I'm not mistaken, and you were able to hang out there pretty good. I mean, nobody had anything for Brandon tonight, but man, you were looking pretty sharp and sporty out there tonight.
Yeah, we were all right. I mean, now you're giving away all my secrets, my trade secrets and stuff out here over the interview. But yeah, we got a
We
special
got
setup
multiple
from
Wyatts.
yeah, we got a special setup tonight that was worked on. I never really got a chance to practice it until we got down in practice tonight, and ended up making a couple changes to get it to more towards my driving style. And yeah, it was all right. I mean, I had nothing for the hot lap heroes. Nick was fast tonight. Brandon was fast, so congrats to him. They did a great job to, working on the set this week. So yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, well, did you guys even realize that you could make it on fuel? I mean, Robert Fitzpatrick did, and I didn't know if you guys was that even in the cards tonight for some of you guys.
I was going back and forth on it, and I didn't think anybody would make it because I thought the tires would fall off so bad, and if they did make it, that we would stop. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to pit. I'm going to get some tires, and we'll see how it falls out. And honestly, Fitzpatrick said he had 3 laps left at the end of that stage. So kudos to him on his fuel saving.
Yeah, we were hearing that. Kind of had an ear to the race communication, and yeah, that was pretty impressive on his end. And but man, I don't know, second place on your end. That's a pretty good job. I mean, yeah, nobody really had anything for Brandon, but I guess running second fiddle to him, you were still able to stay ahead of your teammate and Kevin as well. Again, congratulations on second, and the floor is yours now.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing that I get for finishing second is I get to talk to you up here in a booth.
Well,
I mean,
that
that goes without saying.
Yeah.
But I think I beat you in the Commentators Cup again this week too, so that's always another plus.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes, exactly.
But,
You know how I never mention it when I lose, but yeah,
Well,
go
yeah,
ahead.
he was in the race tonight. You beat him in the race too.
Yeah, true.
Right,
Yeah,
I double beat him.
No, you
But,
beat the 0-1-1. You didn't beat the 1-1.
I beat them all. But thanks to Victory Fuel for coming on board for sponsorship this year. Phoenix PC, Icon Apparel, Sim Racing Points for sponsoring the truck series. Full Throttle TV for broadcasting this stuff. And a shout out to everybody in the race tonight. What a job! I think we only had the one stage caution all night long. But what a job! Congrats to everybody in the league tonight for putting on a great show here at Charlotte that everybody was worried about.
It was, yeah. Everybody was on their best behavior, and yeah, they produced a very interesting race with a lot of strategy, and yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. And again, yeah, congrats to you, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
Shout out to your mom and dad. I got to do that. I forgot to do that. So shout out to Tony's mom and dad.
Yeah, they're in Vegas. They're probably watching, unless I don't. Well, they might be at bingo too. I really don't know.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, we are with our dominant winner tonight, or Brody's with our dominant winner tonight, Brandon Fetter Place.
Yeah, I'm down here in Victory Lane with the 34 Fetter Place, getting it done tonight in fashion too, with a large over 6-second lead over the field there. Brandon, congratulations tonight, man. You were dominant. You had a really good long run. You had a good short run car, but a really good long run car. Apparently, you had that thing hooked up.
Yeah, thank you. I was not expecting that from practice. I mean, in practice, a lot of these guys were lights out fast, so I thought I was behind the 8 ball, and I thought the only shot that I had was maybe having a decent long run car, not really pushing the pace, just kind of letting things happen. But yeah, I can't believe it. Actually, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, you actually did a really good job. So you're not even pushing. Looked like you were in really good shape out there. Then, if that was the case, man, we talked about the stage there going green all the way. Some of the guys stretching it for fuel. Was that ever a consideration? Did you think maybe, okay, maybe I should stretch fuel? Did you think it was a possibility anybody was going to be able to do so?
No, I thought it was too long. I mean, I was 3 laps short, and I thought, well, even if I save the 3 laps, I mean, who's to say I even make it around on the pace lap? I never knew when the caution was going to come out, and I didn't want to have to run another, caution lap there and run out of fuel. That would have been terrible. So I just heard people coming down, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Just play the safe role, play the safe game. Just go ahead and pit, and we'll see where we come out at.
Yeah, well, it was definitely a solid call because you still finished in the top 10 there. Got some stage points, but the big picture was the race win. And man, you made the right call there. Came down pit road. You actually extended the lead on pit road. Some of those guys fell back. You had a really good pit stop, come out and just kind of sailed the victory there. It was a pretty straightforward race. No cautions, no slowdowns other than the stage break. And was able to just kind of cruising out front. How did you keep your focus? I guess that's my question. How did you? Because I mean, it's a lot of laps around out there by yourself. How do you keep yourself focused? Focused in on what you're doing, hit your line, stuff like that. How do you manage that?
For me, I really like Charlotte. I know I mentioned it last week. It wouldn't have mattered if it was the Roval or here. I just like Charlotte, and so. I've been kind of battling some glitching, with my PC and some stuff like that. So for me, I didn't even really watch the other cars. I was pretty much focused the entire time on my lap times. That's all I was watching. I was trying to stay between 30-20 and 30-40, and that's how I was like, if I stay in that area, I'm going to have a good car. I'm going to save tire and just be good. And if other people beat me, it is what it is, And I just stayed patient. There was at no moment during this race did I feel like pushing because I wasn't even expecting to, have the car that I did. So it was just all about saving tire and just being relaxed and patient.
Well, there it is, folks. He was out there running time trial laps while everybody else was racing. So he's out there by himself. So, man, I'm going to pass it over to Tony and let Tony give some insight here.
Well, first of all, yeah, congratulations. Dominant night, man. 6-second lead over second place. And, I'm not surprised. I picked you to win tonight. So, I mean,
oh, nice.
Spoiler alert. I got it right for a change. But, yeah, you did a hell of a job tonight. At the beginning of the broadcast, I said, I'm going to go with Brandon because he hasn't been up front lately. And, at least for that win position. And, you were able to do it and then some. And, hats off to everybody, too, in the race. The one stage caution, that's all we had. And strategies aplenty. And, like I say, man, you had the thing on rails tonight for sure. So it definitely shows you do like Charlotte. So people are going to have to start taking notes for that in the future when we come back. But again, congrats again. So I guess the floor is yours now. I as always, I don't have a question.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and hand it to you and let you do your shout outs and your sponsor. But I do want to say this, though. It's just before we go there, I do have one more thing to add. That's three more playoff points for you. So you'll start 3 points farther ahead as we start into the round of 8, heading towards the championship run. I really think you're a really good pick to make that round of 4. You're going to have a championship fight on your hands. So you got 8 people to fight with to get there, though. What are your thought process going into Vegas and then Talladega, then Martinsville for this next round?
This round is going to be just the luck of the draw. I mean, the only, to me, the only real racetrack is Las Vegas next week. And then after that, it's just a crapshoot. Talladega, anyone can win. Anything can happen. Just the slightest mistake will take out the entire field. So, and then, Martinsville is just a short track, and it's, again, one mistake and you're out. So, there's a lot of fast guys left there. This is not going to be easy by any means. I just got to keep my head down and keep trying to get the good finishes.
Well, no mistakes for sure. I know that is the goal. We do have a cookie cutter, then we have a super speedway, then a short track. So it's going to be a little bit of a mix of everything. Everybody's going to try to get everything done in that first race. So they
Right.
don't have to worry about the next two. So we'll see what happens, man. Again, congratulations tonight on your win, though. You get, like I said, 3 more playoff points. You'll start just a little bit farther ahead than some of those other guys. A little bit of a bonus. And we'll see what you can do next week. But I'm going to hand you the mic there, let you do your shout-outs and your sponsor plugs for tonight's win at Charlotte.
Thank you. First and foremost, I got to, I was apologizing to Nick Alford pretty much all race. I don't know. I need to go back and watch that. It was some weird air grief type thing. I don't know what happened, but I stayed on his left side and he ended up getting loose and spinning from the lead there. And that's obviously not what I want because he's my teammate. So, again, apologies to him. And, rest of the Hot Lap Heroes, it's always awesome racing with these guys. Thanks to Premier Setups for the killer setup tonight. Thanks to y'all for the broadcast. I can't wait to go back and watch it. Thanks to Victory Fuel for sponsoring the league and everyone who watches the broadcast. And we'll go get them in Vegas.
Absolutely. One quick question before I let you go. So you were in the channel with Nick. Did Nick have damage? Because he ended up spinning again off turn 4 later on. So did he end up with damage from that, or do you know? What
I don't think he did. He was saying that his tires were burned up. So he I guess whenever he got loose there and spun down to the inside, he had to come down pit road. Well, that put him a lap down evidently, and so he stayed out at the stage to try and get his lap back. And he was already at a deficit. I don't know how many laps he was already on tires, but it didn't work out for him tonight, unfortunately. So
I understand. We were wondering what happened. Like he just spun through 3 and 4 there, but I guess if he's on those old tires, it's
he was hoping for a quickie caution, but it just never happened.
All right, man. Well, again, congratulations, man. Go enjoy it. Go party a little bit tonight. We're right back at it next week with you got to get right back into the battle with those guys with the round of 8. So congrats, and we'll see you next week at Vegas.
All righty. Thank you.
All right, there's your winner tonight. The 34 Brandon Feder Place getting it done tonight. Tony putting on a heck of a clinic out there, running those time trial laps. Everybody else trying to chase him down, and he's just running away from everybody else. And a heck of a race in general for everybody out there.
Yeah, clinic for sure. And yeah, hats off to everybody that was out there tonight because, yeah, everybody did exactly what we expect them to do and put on a good show and race clean. And I think everybody, too, probably appreciates everybody else that was in there, too, because that's what this league is about. And they actually showed everybody what this league is about. So everybody did a great job tonight, and it kept it interesting for us, too. Had a great night, a great race. They surprised us again as usual.
Great clean race. I'll call it caution free. We had to one stage caution, but that was a planned caution. Caution free tonight for these guys in the Cup Series. Great race for everybody out there involved. I'm sure everybody had a lot of fun on this Charlotte Oval, man. It put on a show for sure. But next Monday night, you can catch all the action from Las Vegas right here on Full Throttle Television. The round of 12 is complete. The round of 8 begins at Vegas next week. So we'll see who's willing to roll the dice. That's your typical you're saying out there at Vegas. So we'll see who rolls the dice, who's able to get that win, maybe notch that win and not have to worry about Talladega and Martinsville in that round. That's going to be huge for anybody that can get that done. I look forward to seeing who can get it done. You can watch with us right here, 9 p.m. Monday nights here on Full Throttle Television, the Victory Fuel Cup Series. Well, that's going to do it for us here in Charlotte. A great race here, the Charlotte 250 in the books. Brandon Feder Place getting it done here at Charlotte and moving on to the round of 8. So for Full Throttle Television and Tony Solari, my name is Brody Hanna. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you next week from Vegas.